Hi everybody, so welcome to our video today, and it's going to be focusing on how to boost your immunity naturally. And we're going to focus on nutrition and the correlation and relationship that nutrition plays in boosting your natural immunity. So before I get into it, I just have to give you guys a quick disclaimer. The recommendations or guidance in this video is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease, including COVID-19. So, saying that, let's kick off. So, in a time like now when your physical health and health anxiety might be building up and it could be depleting you, we really need to look at how we're nourishing ourselves, how we're feeding our bodies, and really understand that there's a really nice correlation between how we nourish ourselves and our immunity. So, for centuries, food and drink was seen as this thing that would boost up our immunity, and countless civilizations use it as a protective mechanism to protect against disease and illness, and also a restorative method. And only recently, in the last 10-15 years, are we starting to see the research and the academic side of things catch up with these foods that we've known for centuries and centuries are really beneficial. So the term that's used now in the literature is immunonutrition, talking about that correlation between nutrition and our immune system. So specifically relevant to viruses at the moment, what we're really looking at is things that have an effect on things like T cells, natural killer cells, because these are the cells that have a function in seeking out infected cells in the body and killing them. So really helping us restore ourselves if something like we get a virus. So I don't want to get bogged down too much in anything except getting into the foods. And the first food I want to talk about is, and I've got some here, cacao. So raw cacao, and no, we're not talking about just chocolate. I'm not telling you guys, run to the shop and pick up 5 big bars of chocolate and eat it all now. But raw cacao is, it's got this intense, rich taste. And that's what it's mostly known for. But from a health standpoint, it's really high in antioxidants. And these antioxidants come from its polyphenol content. So these compounds have also been shown to have an ability to modify those T cells, what we've been talking about. So not only that, but generally cacao is really good because of its anti-inflammatory properties, just to keep in your diet or keep you with your immune system boosted over the course of a flu season. So it's a really good excuse to make yourself a hot chocolate tonight, go to the shop, pick up some raw cacao, and use about a tablespoon, I'd say, and that's when we really start to see those properties build up in the body. And per person, so if you've got 3 or 4 people in your house, get 3 or 4 tablespoons into your pot, add your milk or milk alternative in there, and maybe a little bit of a sweetener just to sweeten it up. And that's really going to help boost, firstly, your mood. Everyone likes having hot chocolate, but also it's going to really help your immune system. So that's about a tablespoon amount. I've got big hands, but you can get the idea. A tablespoon, really easy to know. So next up, we're going to talk about our second food, which is ginger. So we all hopefully know ginger, used a lot in Asian cultures, and it's used in many cultures to boost your immunity, often used in dried form as well as fresh form. But the research is really starting to back some of these health claims up, and specifically with the fresh forms of ginger and how they help counteract viral infections, especially ones in the upper respiratory tract. So there's some really good research on that. So it's really easy to use it as well. Just chop some up, take off the skin, and put it into your dinner tonight. You can even make yourself like a fresh lemon and ginger tea, no problem. And like replace a coffee or something throughout the day, especially if you're working from home. Get away from that coffee act for a couple of days. Just go with the fresh lemon and ginger. Or even if you want to get the kids on it a little bit, getting the Vitamix or whatever blender you have, hopefully, and making yourself like an apple and ginger smoothie, which is a really nice one. You can add some bananas in there to sweeten it up as well. And the kids will love it once you don't use too much ginger and make it kind of too spicy and gingery. But a little bit of ginger for them is going to be great as well. So the next two things we're going to talk about is vitamins. And these vitamins can be found in foods and also other sources. So the first one is a fat-soluble vitamin, and it's vitamin E. So there's the fat-soluble vitamin A, D, E, and K. But E is not talked about as much as the other ones, but it's really showing some promising benefits in the academic research. So if you want to obtain just your normal levels of vitamin E, usually you can get that by eating about 100 grams of almonds. So, you know, a decent amount of almonds will get you there, and there's vitamin E in plenty of other foods. But the research is starting to show that even supplementing beyond these levels with an intake of about 200 international units a day has been noted to show the occurrence of less upper but not lower respiratory tract infections. So really helping you guys out with what's going on at the moment. Now, it's important to, if you're going to be changing anything about your diet, including supplementation, to talk to your doctor before doing so. But that has been shown in the research to be a pretty promising one. So the last one we're going to talk about is the vitamin D. So that's that sunshine vitamin. And luckily at the moment, the sun is out just about for the moment, which is really nice. And we produce vitamin D by being out in the sun. It's also in foods, and it's also fortified in a lot of foods, especially in Ireland, because we often don't get enough. But it's really important. It has an effect on about 1,000 different gene expressions in the body. So if your levels aren't right, if they're not optimal, we can really start to see issues with the immune system building up pretty quickly. So vitamin D plays a crucial role in balancing your immune system. And it really helps balance your innate immune system, and especially around the upper respiratory tract. And it also is really important for the precursors, so the production of those T cells and natural killer cells. And if your vitamin D levels aren't right, they're not going to be right either. So really trying to get a diet that has a little bit of vitamin D in them. Mushrooms is a really good form, but getting some natural sunshine, or the best thing you can do is really working with your doctor there, checking that where your vitamin D levels are at, which often people don't do. They wait till they're sick and then they get their blood test done. But check when your blood levels, next time you're at your doctor, where your vitamin D is at, and you'll get an understanding of when and when not you might need to supplement. But yeah, do talk to your doctor before, again, changing anything about your supplement regime or adding anything in, or anything about your diet at all. So really, that's the 4 things I wanted to talk about. So we have cacao, make yourself a hot chocolate. We have ginger, make yourself a stir fry or a smoothie, put some ginger in. We got some vitamin E, making sure your levels are optimal in the first place, getting some almonds, and then talking to your doctor about maybe supplementing with the E or D going forward. Just being naturally healthy, getting good foods will hopefully help you out a little bit with all of these. Now, if you want to follow up on some of the research, there's a blog going up. Well, I think it should have gone up by now. And all the research is going to be linked in with that if you want to follow it up and get a little bit further information on some of these foods. But in the meantime, I'm sure you're going to see plenty more of me over the coming weeks. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Thanks for listening.